some girls that I barely knew. I made some friends and I've lost some too. Crashed my car, I was 17. My mother in the seat riding next to me. The things I've learned from a broken mirror. How a face can change when a heart knows fear. For all the things my eyes have seen, the best by far is you. If I could fly, then I would know what life looks like from up above and down below. I keep you safe, I keep you dry. Don't be afraid, Cecilia, I'm the satellite, and you're the sky.
The app that tells you how to.
Been around the world with a punk rock band. And I've seen London and I've played Japan. I've been knocked down, I got up again. For all the places I have been, I'm no place without you. If I could fly, then I would know what life looks like from up above and down below. I keep you safe, I keep you dry. Don't be afraid, Cecilia, I'm the satellite, and you're the I'm the satellite, and you're the
If you rolled away, you might not roll back my direction real soon. But I was crazy about you then, and now the craziest thing of all, over 10 years have gone by, and you're still mine. We're locked in time. Let's rewind. Do you remember when we first moved in together? The piano took up the living room. You play me boogie woogie, I play you love songs. You'd say we're playing house, now you still say we are. We built our ghetto way up in a tree we found. We felt so far away, but we were still in town. Now I remember watching that old tree burn down. I took a picture that I don't like to look at. Well,
You may be seated. I want to welcome everybody to Cielo on this very exciting day. We have people here from far and near, and I know it means a lot to Chad and Rachel to have you all here and be a part of their day. On behalf of Chad and Rachel, I want to extend their gratitude in being here with them on this special occasion. I also want to acknowledge all those who couldn't be here today, specifically Chad's mother Chris and Rachel's father David, who I know would have been very proud and thrilled. These two finally getting married, which let's be honest, we all feel it was about time. Chad and Rachel, as I look out at all these close friends and family, I realize there's no place we would all rather be than here with you, celebrating your declaration of love to one another. Chad, for the next little bit, go ahead and forget about your DraftKings fantasy baseball lineup and how epic your round of golf was today. And Rachel, no need to think about that dissertation or all the requirements that go with finally solidifying yourself as the smartest one in this partnership. There is no other adjective that I think better describes what I've seen in your love for one another than patience. Chad, the patience that Rachel shows in your quest to be the best fantasy sports general manager in this Moneyball era. And Rachel, the patience Chad shows you in your ever dedicated quest to help others overcome some of the darkest experiences. You both are competitors that are driven to achieve great personal goals. Right now, you two get to put all the competitions aside and declare your decisions to compete for each other and your love for the rest of your lives. In all of your hours of planning, studying, writing masterful Excel equations, enjoying mostly friendly competitions, and crafting your futures together, you two have finally arrived here at this most beautiful moment together. Never forget that patience of the past 2 to 10 years which have guided you to this most perfect day. Continue to make that a foundation in the coming years, and there will be no situation too great that the two of you together cannot overcome. At this time, I'd like to invite the couples to exchange their vows. Chad and Rachel have chosen to write their own vows, and Chad would like to go first.
All right, so 2 to 10 years, huh? I think we might have made it. I don't know when I first said it, but I think we might have slid in there. Yeah, close. Yeah. All right, so first I need to start by saying thank you. Thank you for being so kind and caring and loving, for being so easygoing. Thank you for being so intelligent and competitive. Thank you for challenging me mentally and physically. Thank you for encouraging me to grow as a person while also being understanding of my shortcomings. Thank you for supporting me and encouraging me while I pursue all of my goals. And most importantly, as Mike said, thank you for your patience. Despite all of the outside pressures and expectations, you never pressured me to be here. You allowed me to get here on my own terms, and I appreciate that, because most people wouldn't have. And because of that, our relationship is stronger. I will be a better husband, and I will be able to enjoy this so much more. So thank you. I was joking with Luke earlier, a few days back, that I was hoping to get through this without crying. And if our engagement was any indication, I was going to fail miserably, and I did. That's okay. But when I did it, I thought about why I get so emotional in that moment and everything. And I realized it's just because I knew how happy you were going to be. And I love making you happy. I've always loved making you happy, whether it was buying you an iPod after 3 months of dating, or the dog that we're inevitably going to get. Making you happy makes me happy. And with your happiness in mind, I promise to do my best to use and rather than but. Be an active listener, be consoling, and not just a problem solver, and offer a cuddle session at least once a week. I promise to refer to you as Dr. Lahota, even though I still think I'm the smarter person. I promise to never let you beat me in anything, because that's worse than losing. And I promise to not be a sore loser when you inevitably beat me at everything, because that's just how it goes. I've had the pleasure of watching you and supporting you while you've accomplished so much. And I promise to always support you and encourage you while you continue to accomplish incredible things. I promise to be a loving and supportive father to our not yet conceived children. And constantly strive to be a person you can be proud to call your husband. And most importantly, I promise to never stop trying to put a smile on your face as long as you'll give me the opportunity. As I reflect on our relationship over the last 14 years to write these vows, I realize something. We don't really need each other. That's not to say that I've never needed you, because absolutely I've needed your support and help so many times in my life. But what makes our relationship so amazing is that we are two very independent individuals who are fully capable of being on our own. And yet, I still always choose to have you in my life. We've been together for 5,110 days, give or take, and there's never been a day when I thought I would be better off without you. Every day the last 5,110 days, I would say, I want Rachel in my life today. And today, on the first day of the rest of my life, I get to say, I want you in my life forever.
And Rachel, you may now give your vow.
Oh man. I was trying to think of how I sum up 14 years of knowing and being with you, and what this and us has meant for me. And I realized I can't fully put into words how I feel about you and our life together. It's an ineffable experience, which is saying a lot because I know a lot of feeling words as a therapist. But I also realized that today I'm saying this to you, and anything I say would be enough, and that in and of itself is so special. You know me better than anyone, and you already know what I'm trying to say, because we've created it and lived it together. It's been you and me facing the world for almost half my life. We grew up together and helped each other develop into the people that we are. And through it all, you've been my best friend and my favorite person. You are the first person I want to share my day with. You make good moments even better and bad moments more bearable. And every day, in some small or big way, you let me know that I am loved. There's no one I'd rather have as my teammate, literally because we play so many games and I hate losing. And also as my partner in life. And so, as we start this new chapter in a story that already has a lot of chapters, I promise you that I will be your biggest fan and encourage you in your fulfillment as an individual and as a husband. I will believe in you and support you and allow myself to be supported by you in return. I promise to never ever purposely lose any game, sport, or competition. So if you ever beat me in ping pong, you'll know it's legitimate. I promise to challenge you and be honest with you when I have a different perspective, while also being open to and curious about your views. I promise to listen to you as a partner who is also a therapist, and not as a therapist who's psychoanalyzing you. And I won't ever use the phrase, "tell me more about that." I promise to trust you and respect you and to be a safe and trusting place for you in return. I promise to not watch any of our shows without you and to make an effort to stop eating your Triscuits. I promise to show up in our relationship and share this adventure with you. I promise to continue to disagree with you about who's more intelligent so that we both never stop learning and growing. And finally, I promise to laugh with you often, love you deeply, and live life with you fully. While writing these vows, I thought of a line from one of our favorite movies. The line says, "Love is the soul's recognition of its counterpart in another." And I know that quote is supposed to be really cheesy and corny, especially since it came from Wedding Crashers. But there's a part of that that also really resonates with me, because you are my counterpart in every way. And with you, I see a future filled with baseball Sundays and falling asleep cuddling on our couch. I see coffee and crossword puzzle mornings, more ladder ball championships, and student football games. I see you having to keep me from yelling at the umpire when he calls a strike on our child when it's clearly a ball. And I see us raising our children to be diehard CU fans. I see us experiencing more firsts together and keeping old favorites. With you, I see all the joy and wonder of a beautiful life. And it's one I can't wait to live with you and start this adventure.
I think we're all okay with that. Chad and Rachel have decided to exchange rings as a symbol of the promises that they have just made. So Chad, do you promise to be Rachel's partner in life and continue to build a relationship that is filled with laughter, compassion, honesty, encouragement, and love?
I do.
Then please put this ring on Rachel's finger as a symbol of your commitment to Rachel and the pursuit of fulfilling your vows.
Well, there we go.
And now, Rachel, do you promise to be Chad's partner in life and continue to build a relationship that is filled with laughter, compassion, honesty, encouragement, and love?
I do.
Then please put this ring on Chad's finger as a symbol of your commitment to Chad and the pursuit of fulfilling your vows. Well, by the power vested in me by you, Chad and Rachel, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. It is with great pleasure I present to you for the first time as husband and wife, Chad and Rachel.
Anyone can do it, and all at all. So the words you got that.
June.
Oh boy!
Oh, that's okay.
This is an official.
At, wait, what is this? That's right in here.
Cielo at Castle.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
That's confusing. Maybe not, but it is to me.
It's carpet down here.
We are the.
Yes, the husband.
There's something wrong with this that every other person seems to think Rachel's the smarter one in this relationship.
Alan, you need to sign this.
You need to sign that. You're just signing this.
Oh.
We're officially. All right, that's fine.
the right group?
Yeah, this is good.
That rocket anybody, didn't you? Push in when they come down. Is that okay? Are they gonna get in your way? Okay.
But I think it's just because so many of us have believed for so long that Rachel and Chad are so meant for each other. They just wanted them to be up and get on with it and make us all happy as well as themselves. And tonight they did. So I have been thinking the last few weeks, especially back about 25 years or so ago, when David's and my little brown-eyed girl used to go to the grocery store and most everywhere wearing a long dress and a veil made of either a slip or a piece of curtain. Now I look at this lovely young lady who walked down the aisle to me in her gorgeous dress and veil. And I'm just so proud of you, Rachel, for the woman you have become. You are talented and you are beautiful in all ways, and you are caring and you are kind. And you have faced life's challenges with strength and determination. And I think you picked the right guy for the right partner, especially after that ceremony. I'm convinced of it. And Chad, you are one of the nicest human beings on the planet. And I'm so proud to have you for my son-in-law. And you have felt like a member of the family for a very long time. We've taken several vacations together, and you know, on our longest vacation, which was to Hawaii, we ended up doing all the driving. Because it soon became very apparent that Chad is a much better driver than I am in unfamiliar territory. So we have had a lot of fun, but I know you also have faced adversity in your life, and you faced it with character and courage. And I have loved our talks in the kitchen, and I have really appreciated all the kindnesses that you have given to me and to my family. And I think you picked the right person as well. And the two of you as a couple, I'm just in awe sometimes of the two of you, and even more so at the ceremony. I'm just in awe of the depth of your love and of the constancy of your support for each other and of your commitment to an equal partnership. And so I'm wishing you a world of happiness as you go forward. And I'm sending you a heart full of love. And yes, it was worth the wait.
All right, thanks everybody. Man, this is really special. And going back to how everyone talks about 13 plus years or 14 years and how incredible it is that they're not married, right? What I found incredible today was how their love was stronger than ever 14 years in, through 2 stints of long distance and a lot of adversity along the way, and you just become stronger and closer than ever. And seeing you up there is just something that was just incredible. So congratulations. I grew up very fortunate to have one of the best sisters, the best sister in the entire world. And I know a lot of people say that about their siblings, but I'd like to tell you why and tell you a little story about how great she really is, her capacity to care and love other people. And I know that's what she shares with Chad as well and him as well. But when I was adopted, when I was 3 days old, we both had 2 rooms in our upstairs and next to our parents' room. And she had her room, I had my room, and for the first year after I was born, she slept on a little fold-out bed 3 times in my bedroom while I had a nice decked-out crib. Super comfortable, and she's on this little cushion fold-out. And she's been there for me and for Chad and for our family in ways that I can't even express, and the strength that you've shown to us. And I'm just so proud of who you've become, and I wouldn't be who I am today without you. So, love you very much, Rachel. ripping it up. And this guy with fuzz, blonde hair, and a money sign on his front too, came up to me and asked if he wanted to play hacky sack. And he opened his arms to me and said, "Hey, I want to welcome you into this hacky sack circle." That's something that I always will appreciate for the first time meeting him. But in all seriousness, I think many brothers and siblings worry about who their sister or brother is dating, and I'm very protective of my sister, obviously. I always felt from the first time I met Chad that I didn't need to, and that he was going to be the one protecting her, loving her. And I just, when I see you guys together, I know that it's going to be forever, and you guys have so many memories to share that I can't wait to see what the future holds. And the way that we've come together, I think it's pretty spectacular. I've been on a lawyer sometimes, and again, you accepted me for that. And you know, I've looked at you as a brother for a long time, and I'm really thankful to have you as part of the family. I'd also like to really welcome the Maylands and the Petersons and all the family into this group, and I'm looking forward to many memories with you as well. And I love this family, and can't wait to see what the future holds. So, congrats to you guys. I love you guys very much. Sky's the limit for you. So, love you.
Susan and Ethan, ladies and gentlemen.
There comes a time in everyone's life when they find their soulmate, the person who's going to know and love them for the rest of their lives. For Chad, that moment came 20 years ago when he met me. Not really. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Luke, and Chad and I go back pretty far. Like back to the days when he had posters of Britney Spears in his room and he had hair bleached like Eminem. So when I think back on our friendship, there are a lot of important moments. Like we made our first skating film together, playing countless rounds of golf, and of course, a lot of great trips to Vegas. But there's one memory in particular that brings joy to me when I think of it. It was during college, up in Greeley. We were partying at a big house, and all of a sudden, Chad just kind of vanished, and we didn't know where he went. We searched the bathrooms, the backyard, called his cell phone, and couldn't find him. I kept searching, I went outside, and eventually found him passed out underneath a pickup truck. And he's like, I grab at him, he's like, I was like, Chad, it's winter in Colorado, we gotta go someplace besides this pickup truck. So eventually we got him home, and he was fine. But that is the only time in my life where I had to look out for Chad Peterson, because he is always the guy that is looking out for everybody else. He's a big brother to Allie, but he's also a brother to everyone. He is the most selfless guy I know, and he's always putting his friends and family first. I know this because one night we were out at a bar, and I saw a girl that I wanted to talk to, and she was with a friend, and he went and talked to the other friend for an hour so I could talk to the other girl for an hour. So he was my wingman that night. And then eventually, that girl became my wife. So, Chad, I will always be grateful for that night. Thank you. Turn the page. You could almost say that Chad's heart is like, it's like, oh, sorry, Chad, I can't read what you wrote here. Can you tell me what? No, honestly, his selflessness is probably the best trait a man, or a husband for that matter, can possess. Now, this doesn't mean that he's perfect. Rachel, you still need to keep him in line. And I really hope that you are in charge of the finances, because Chad thinks he's really good at numbers, but his Vegas winnings say otherwise. And Chad, I gotta say you lucked out finding Rachel, because she's kind of the shit. And she looks amazing tonight. Like, if I still lived in Colorado, I might hang out with her more than I hang out with you. She's better at trivia. She's, hold on, I got a list here. Better at escape rooms. And I think she's better at beer pong too. Sorry, buddy. All right, Chad, tonight is a time for celebration, so take the night off, embrace every moment. And if for some reason you find yourself under truck tonight, it's not gonna be me helping you out. It's gonna be your true soulmate. Thank you for letting me be a small part of your wedding. And I wish you a lifetime of health and happiness. Cheers.
I'm Allie. I'm gonna try my best to stand up straight, but only until the end of the speech, and I'm just gonna do my best. So I'm the maid of honor. I think I got that job. I'm Rachel's best friend, by the way. I think I got that job because Rachel doesn't have a sister, and despite her early efforts to dress Ethan up, I'm the one wearing the slightly darker pink dress tonight, therefore indicative of a future role in this wedding, so that's me. I met Rachel in grad school, and that's finally almost over. So I was pretty awestruck when I first met her. She is the most brilliant, hardworking, athletically talented, high-achieving, insanely over-prepared human I never knew that I needed. So everybody knows, and I know from television and movies, that, you know, the successful heroine always needs that, like, lesser-achieving, very uncoordinated sidekick to provide comedic relief, and that's what I think I do for Rachel. I hope I do for Rachel. I don't know. We'll see. So Rachel is the most ferociously loyal and supportive human that I have ever met. She's the kind of person that you want on your side in a fight because, well, for me, not only does she make up for my complete lack of upper body strength, and not only would I not want to meet her or really any other human in a dark alley, but she's the kind of key player that you want on your side all the time. And when she's there for you, she's always there for you. So, during a recent fit of road rage of mine, one of many, Rachel both mirrored and validated my anger by saying, okay, I'm gonna flip them off for you because I know that you need that, but I'm gonna do it in a way that they can't see because I don't want us to get murdered. And if that's not Rachel LaHoda, I really don't know what is. She's willing to take a risk. She's taking care of me in moments when I didn't even know I needed to be taken care of. And now I know that I'm supposed to give like all the embarrassing stories about Rachel, but when reflecting upon the amount of, just like moments of shame she has seen from me, I decided upon, for self-preservation's sake, I'm just gonna skip all those stories of the times that I tricked her into drinking more wine than she knew. Because the truth is, there really aren't that many. Rachel possesses the kind of quiet determination, grace, and strength that I think is admirable to everyone. So she's taught me, important life lessons like, how to yell at an umpire in an informed way, how to spit sunflower seeds gracefully, because for the longest time, an embarrassingly long time, I would just eat the whole thing, just like shell and all. And while she is both younger and markedly shorter than I have always looked up to her, because she's just that kind of human. And I know this is supposed to be about Rachel, but I think I would be careless to not mention Chad Peterson, because he is an amazing human. He's wonderful. And I've never known Rachel without Chad. It's just true. So I met Chad about a year after I met Rachel, and I was both surprised to find that he was in fact a real human, and relieved that he no longer had this gold money tooth that I had heard so much about. And I couldn't help but like him, because he's just so likable. He's just the guy that everybody loves. And Chad and Rachel together are the all-American dominating power couple that we have all needed. They always have each other's backs, all the time. And sure, it'd be really easy for me to talk about the ways that they are competitive with one another, and how they only take me bowling with them so that I can be the loser while they both fight it out for the top spot. But I would rather talk about all the times that they dominate together. They're the couple that will run a beer pong table for hours, never being defeated and never losing focus. I've seen it many times. They're the kind of couple who will train for Mike and Laura's annual ladder ball tournament, only to be repeated champs. They are also the kind of couple who will train, like fitness train, to dress up as their favorite WWE couple for Halloween, because authenticity is important. It's key, I'm told. They always have each other's backs through all the ups and the downs, and I'm so glad that I get to even be a little bit of a part of that. So Chad, thank you for being the exact partner that Rachel needs. You not only see her for who she is and love her for who she is that insanely competitive weirdo, and I think that you love her because of that, maybe because you're also an insanely competitive weirdo. I don't really know. So, and not to get too psychologist-y, but you provide her with the secure relational base that she needs. You are stable, steady, consistent, and loving, and I really thank you for that. I can't wait to see what the future holds for the two of you. I'm guessing at the very least it's many more long game victories. So if everybody will please help me in raising my phantom glass to Chad and Rachel, Dr. and Mr. Lahoderson.
Well, I have to really thank Luke first for sharing the one story that I've ever heard of Chad being drunk and stupid, because Lord knows he knows all of mine. So I just really appreciate the friendship that you guys have, Luke. It's just awesome and an honor to be co-best friend tonight. So, and Allie, it's been a lot of fun getting to know you over the past couple summers, and old man doing baseball. So it's been awesome, and to endure baseball like that takes a true friend. So really lucky to have raised the mic. So raise the mic. Me or because I'm short. So anyway, Rachel, I just would like to finally welcome you to the family. I know it's a downgrade from being a friend, but my general manager and I, we're really excited. So, for all of you who don't know me, I really hate public speaking, and I'm Chad's cousin. So, we grew up really close together. Our parents were best of friends, and so we just had the honor to grow up together. And, we play baseball, we play video games, street hockey, street football. We'd ride our one bike up to McDonald's to get Monopoly games, and just like, hey, we're gonna get that boardwalk marketplace. We're gonna get it. So, anyway, Chad, I just, man, there's just so much I would love to share, and I've shared a lot of it, but I'm emotional, and I can't do that. So, everything that we did in our younger years shaped who we are today, and I couldn't even ask for a better man to have grown up with. And no matter when I got crazy and derailed and was ready to make a fool of myself, you were right there encouraging me to dial it back, like bring it in. And I still have not mastered that, will not master it. the groomsmen know I don't answer that. So, man, I just love that you've been the same man, same loving man, always, and you're always there for me. And I thank you for never ever giving up on me or our friendship. And truthfully, my biggest joy is that I get to drive down to I get to drive down to Denver every Sunday and play baseball with my best friend. So anyway, short and sweet, I just want to cheers this amazing couple. It's truly an honor to be here with you tonight. Welcome, guys.
Let's give a big round of applause for all of our toasters this evening.